Whoa. Hello everybody, welcome back to Star Trek Online. This is Captain Kohloss, sitting in his command chair there, staring intently at the view screen, which has nothing on it of any interest. However, we are going to resume our usual sequence of missions today. The Iconian War is over. What we're going to do today is we're going to accept our next mission. We are being sent to the neutral zone. The ghosts of the past threaten life as we know it. So let's hail. Our mission contact is Kimen, and he says, we have reports of a True Way fleet entering the neutral zone and engaging our ships as well as Federation vessels near the Donatu system. We need you to intercept the True Way and learn why they are so far from their territory. While you're there, destroy the Federation ships as well. A small fleet has already been sent to the area. You'll need to join them in the Donatu system as soon as possible. So we're going to get skill points, expertise, dilithium, and then we'll have a choice of this personal shield or the subspace field modulator. And I'm going to take the subspace field modulator at the end of this mission. So let's accept the mission. There we go. Now the True Way are Cardassians who believe that the true way of Cardassian life needs to be reinstated, you know, having the military and all that, instead of them kind of being part of the Federation. So that's what's going on there. The True Way are basically separatists or terrorists or something along those lines. Anyway, we have... Oh, I can't transport from this location. Okay, so I'll have to beam out, leave the ship interior, beam out for whatever reason. I have no idea why it prefers to me to beam out. Anyway, since our last video where we took on the Iconians in orbit of Earth, I have managed to farm out beams for my ship, which means I can do a more sustained amount of damage, I think, over time, compared to what I could when I only had cannons. It took a lot of time to get the energy credits together to buy them off of the exchange, and I even managed to have enough energy credits to upgrade some of them. There's two of them in particular went purple, or ultraviolet, I think is the terminology. The next step up for them will be getting them to gold, and that will be them at the biggest quality settings, and I think I'm going to try and keep hold of these two right till the end. This is the transphasic torpedo launcher I already had. It came from the mission, what was it called? Blood of Ancients. I replayed Blood of Ancients to get the resonant disruptor beam from that, and at some point I will probably replay it again to get the console. And from a duty officer mission I managed to get a new version of the Harping torpedo launcher, so I think I've got a nicely set up ship. I still haven't gone to get the Mark 8 versions of the Kobali set, but I'm so close now to 40, I'm not going to bother. I'm level 37. I think when I finished the Iconian War I was 36. I can't remember now, but rerunning some missions and getting loot drops and stuff, it has been a long process, but here we go. So I need to go to the Donatu system, and I'm just going to fly there. So I'm going to cut the video off and we'll see what happens when we get to the Donatu system. Okay, here we go. Captain, I'm picking up multiple hostile contacts, both Federation and the Cardassian splinter faction known as the True Way. I can understand Starfleet being here. They've been giving us trouble in this sector for years. But why would the True Way be here? I recommend we attempt to board one of their ships. We could get some answers and destroy the hated Cardassians face to face. Sounds like a plan. So we've got our own Klingon fleet against Federation and Cardassians. Which one will I go up against? Let's just head in this way. I'll cloak just to get the... Whoa! My shortcuts seem to have moved around for some reason. Why would that be? Let's cloak. I'll let the mission play out. However, it's going to play out. Auxiliary. Where's my distribute shields? There it goes. Come on. Bridge officer abilities are fine. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I'm missing a battery, that's what I'm missing. Weapons battery, there we go. Okay, let's save that loadout whilst we're here. Since it seems to have gone weird. Right, okay, let's join the battle. Well, that was quick. This fleet has destroyed everything else. There's not much left for me. Done a lot of damage already. But yeah. It's much easier to do damage with these beams than it was this ship. I'm finding it much better to fly now than I was before because I don't have cannons. I'm not limited to the small firing arc at the front of the ship. I do have a lot more range. Doesn't matter what direction I'm facing, I can pretty much fire at anything in any direction. Much more enjoyable to play these an engineer with beams. It made sense on the ships I had up till this one because they could turn very, very quickly, but this one, it still turns very, very slowly, as you can see. The first few ships I had, both birds of prey, if I remember right, those things turned right round, no bother. This one, very, very slow. I missed what Kagan just said. I managed to press too many fingers. The Cardassian flagship, the Axon, has been disabled. Her warp core is stable, Captain. I recommend we get a closer look. Approach the Axon. And then he says, an away team is standing by in Transporter Room 1. We will enter battle on your command. Let's beam to the Axon. Now you can see here that I've updated my crew's uniforms. We're no longer sporting red with a white border. It made us look a bit too much like Santa Claus in my opinion, so I've modified it and made it look gold because I just like the sound, that red and gold sort of with the black on the sleeves as well. I like that. So that's my new colour scheme, that's what I'm going with. Plus gold in Star Trek is the colour of engineering, and that's what I am, an engineer. Captain, Cardassian security teams are already starting to move in on our position. They will be no match for us. To right. Okay, where's the way out? There it is. Let's go. Head to the bridge. Hello. Bunch of Cardassians there. Whoa. Oh. Photon 9. Yep, I don't like that. I don't have something to attack you guys with. Oh no, wait a minute, yes I do. Have a disruptor turret. Oh yeah. There's me spawning a turret just as much as all the Cardassians have been killed. Ah well, close enough. The cooldown on it means I can load another one up when we get to the next place. Oh hello, 2 items dropped. Okay. I have a shield generator there, that's nice. Yep, come on, take these Cardassians down. Let's go up round here. And then down here, get them at the other end. Deploy a turret. Add a drone. And then... uh-oh. Where's Kohloss? He should have reawoken by now. He's a hologram. There he goes. Right, let's disable the security force field. That way we can get out of this room. That should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect the Cardassians to give up that easily though. They will probably send more security teams to intercept us. Aye, more than likely. Okay. Lo and behold, here they are. So let's take them down. I really only got 2 things on my kit. Gee whiz, I need a better kit. This will do me for now, but when I get up the ranks at level 40, I will really need to get a better kit. Okay. Whoa. Cardassians and some other things. There we go. Let's see what we have here. Investigate the strange occurrence in the mess hall. Yes, there was a strange occurrence. Did you see that? Yes, I did. In the name of Kohloss, what was that? My eyes may be playing tricks on me, but I thought I saw some sort of creature. Captain, this Cardassian doesn't have any wounds on him, but my readings show that he was dead before we entered this room. I recommend that we find a medkit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what happened to him. If he was attacked by those creatures, we need to be ready. They are a threat and must be destroyed. Yes, indeed. Okay, gather medical tools from the med bay. Okay, the med bay is down here to the right, according to the map. So, I'll have it. Oh, that's not the doorway. That would be a wall. Here we go. What on earth is that? There it was again. Is there something wrong with the environmentals on this ship? Investigate a dead Cardassian again. This Cardassian looks to have died from the same cause as the Cardassian we examined in the mess hall. We need to find a medkit to know more about what happened to them. Lo and behold, there's a medkit right here. All of the medical equipment in this kit has been sterilised and is ready for use. There's a variety of standard medical tools available for use. However, before using the medkit to examine the remains of the Cardassians in the mess hall, it would be beneficial to study the medical records of the corpses in stasis in this sick bay. background data of these patients will prepare you for an examination of the remains in the mess hall. Okay, so we need to find what's going on with these guys. There's nobody in there. There's somebody in one of these ones. Yep, there's somebody in there. Let's read the patient records. Patient admitted with severe lacerations suffered whilst working in engineering. The wound was closed using an auto-suture and the patient was released with instructions to refrain from active duty and to return for another examination in 24 hours. Patient returned as instructed, complaining of a headache, elevated body temperature and nausea. Whilst white cell count was elevated and preliminary analysis showed signs of systematic infection resulting from contamination of wound site. Patient was held in sick bay for treatment and observation. However, the infection spread rapidly and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regime was formulated but also proved unsuccessful. Patient's vital functions ceased. Cause of death: circulatory system failure resulting from sepsis. The patient's body has been prepared for transport back to Cardassia Prime. Okay, so that person suffered an injury and then died from infection of the wound, by the sound of it. Okay, let's try this one. Patient admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with hydrocortisone and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours later saying that neither the medication nor rest had helped. Patient was treated with a large dose of hydrocortisone and admitted to sick bay for observation. During this period, the patient fell unconscious and was unable to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of brain tissue. Examination of the neural tissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma that would result in headaches or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Okay. Third patient. Complained of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held for overnight observation, during which condition worsened. Patient died at 23:52 hours. Interesting that the Cardassians use the same standards of time as we humans do. Quarantine protocols put in place on CMO's orders, and the level 8 force field is in use to prevent the spread of unknown, possibly infectious agent. Force field may not be disabled without command level voice authorization. An autopsy on the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no signs of trauma or infection, which would explain the patient's demise. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Okay. Two more. They'll be down on the bottom level. Where are they? One up here. Yep. Dead Cardassian. Patient admitted with a fractured tibia, suffered while in the holodeck. The bone was splinted and treated with a regenerator. Patient returned later complaining of pain in the treated leg as well as an elevated body temperature. Patient was then treated with a T-cell stimulator to stave off any possible infection. Patient's condition continued to worsen while they were being continually treated to boost their immune response. Patient died 6.2 hours after injury. Due to the extreme rate of deterioration in the patient, an infection is unlikely. Fear of a contagious agent being responsible has resulted in quarantine protocols being enacted. A cause of death has yet to be determined. Corpse will be placed in a stasis field pending further examination by the CMO. Okay. Where's the fifth one? Oh, down here. There we go. Okay, patient admitted with a plasma burn caused by an exploding EPS conduit. The wound was treated using a protop laser. What? How do you say that? The patient was admitted to sickbay for sedation and observation. Patient suffered a neurological event resembling a cerebrovascular accident while sedated and was unable to be resuscitated. Further examination at the patient's death is pending an autopsy by the CMO. Okay, so all but one of these patients seem to have an injury of some description, except the one who was upstairs in the middle. And the one in the middle upstairs was a Neuralite probe. So let's use that. A Neuralite probe is a device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. Sounds like it could be the right thing to use. Captain, that tool should give us a better insight into the cause of death for the Cardassians in the mess hall. Yay, I got it right. If we can use the Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of one of the Cardassians' brain tissue, we might be able to determine a cause of death. Okay, let's investigate the dead Cardassian again. The Neuralite probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. There is a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There is a science lab across the hall from the medbay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Track the anomalous energy residue. Okay, what is the anomalous residue all about then? Okay, so please define parameters for scan query. Electroplasma. Used by several known species as a means of transferring power. Doesn't sound like it. Assume nuclear fission. Source of energy. Provides a large amount of power. Unsuitable for interstellar travel. Nope. Let's do another one. Omega. All information on Omega energy is classified. That might be worth looking into. Polaric ions. A form of energy, highly volatile, prone to subspace chain reactions. These reactions have been known to create subspace fractures that make warp travel impossible. Well, no, it's not that one. That leaves triolic waves. The result of a process called selective molecular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter to energy. That sounds more like what we are looking for. Is not used by any known species because they are known to cause deterioration of living tissue. That's what we have in the Cardassians, so this will be what we're going to scan for. Picking up a large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians would be subject to the deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use triolic energy. I'd suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. Okay. Whoa. It's headed for the bridge. So am I. Here we go. Yep, this doesn't look good. Hey, ghosty things. turret. Okay. Uh-huh. Whoa! I am not a yo-yo. Oh, the big guy. Phantasm. Stick a bomb near it and set it off. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. Whoa! How do you get back there so quick? Is he cheating? Is he using speed hacks? Ouch. There we go. That took way too long. Let's get our loot. There's no mistaking them now, Captain. Those were Davidians. What's curious though is that Davidians are out of phase with us. Normally we can't see them without a subspace force field tuned with an extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that, so how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Axon crew's log entries. Maybe they were doing something that made it easier for the Davidians to exist here. Yes. Sounds like they would have been. Let's get our loot items. Doink. More dead Cardassians. Okay, let's check the logs. Captain's log. Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled or destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our success. CMO is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate the ship at peak efficiency. I have read his report about unexplainable deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough for it. I cannot let his failings interrupt our mission. Gul Madred is looking for men of purpose to assist him. He wants leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from Federation tyranny. If all goes well after this campaign, I will be seen as one of those leaders. Yep, sounds like you're a bit of an idiot. Chief Engineer's log. Repairs to the Axon go as expected. Running low on deuterium and warp coils. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems, but time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down. 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I've spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and a return to conquest. Unusual spikes in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Must speak to Dreolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual. Letter from Maja arrives here. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the True Way and return to Cardassia Prime. 6 months ago I would have ignored her pleas. Now though, I miss her and I see no end to this fighting. Perhaps she is right. Well, the chief engineer sounds like a sensible person. Somebody who just wants to go home. Science officer. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Griffin's comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much scientific inquiry, and at last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amount of chronoton particles. This sounds like where the Davidians might be coming into our story from. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe. The chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been or will be in the presence of a temporal event. Temporal mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data, but the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon to use against the Bajoran's gods may be of enough interest to him to divert our course. Sounds like Driffin's comet could be the key here. Captain, we should return to the Xenordoth. I'm sure Kronos Command would want to know that there are Davidians in the neutral zone. The battlegrounds of our war with the Federation are now feeding grounds for these creatures. Indeed. Davidians appeared in Star Trek The Next Generation. That was the Series 5 finale, the Series 6 starter. A 2-part episode, quite memorable. Had Data transported back in time to the 19th century, where he met a younger version of Guinan. Very worth looking up if you have the chance. First episode of that 2-parter is a very nicely structured episode, very well written, very well done. The second half, however, feels a bit like it was cobbled together at last minute. That's my impressions on Time's Arrow. Here we go, let's hand in this mission. Report to command. Are you sure that you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal or otherwise bring the Davidians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There's pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. I will reach out to my people and see if any of them have more information. Rejoin the fight against the Federation and I will contact you as soon as I know more. Okay, so let's take the subspace field modulator.
Congratulations, Captain.
And I'm now level 38. So there's our next mission, Spin the Wheel. But the mission Skirmish unlocks this daily mission along with 2 others. And once we've finished the whole storyline based around the Davidians, we'll do a video based on the 3 daily missions in the neutral zone. They're quite nice. They're all just little space battles. Nothing, no ground mission part or anything like that. Quite short, so we can do all 3 in one video. That's the plan. Anyway, I am going to leave Kohloss sitting here as level 38. We're going to allocate his skill points and we're going to look at Spin the Wheel in the next video. So stick around and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.